Alrighty then, dear friends, it's Mr. Natural here, Ben Patterson, your juicing expert and nutritarian. So I believe in getting maximum nutritional value from 90% of my food every day. I do indulge occasionally in a little, a little something that's not ultra super nutritious. Could be a carb or something like that, but in a very small amount, just as a little bonus or a little condiment for my day, not a big main course. Okay, so that's how I keep that kind of stuff. And what I'm doing today is mega juicing. I want to show you some benefits and talk about it. I'm doing a big stalk here of kale. Underneath that, I've got a bunch of collards, a whole bunch, then a half a stalk of a celery down there, so about six, and then a full batch of bok choy, regular size. And then over here we've got zucchini, a whole full one. We've got radishes there, daikon, a big chunk, broccoli, chopping broccoli. Got rutabaga. These are your root veggies. Most of these. Turnip there, nice looking one. And down here are parsnips. There's a long one. And then it's kind of phallic shaped, Then you got your beet, lovely beet, and that's a large beet. And then I've got a cucumber down here, half cucumber, and then a nice big jolly red pepper. So those are all going to juice up real nice, and this maximum juice that I do is 14 veggies here, 7 green, and then some other colored ones, 7 others. So reason this is so beneficial is this. I'm going to get the same amount of pulp out of these that you would normally get on a normal week. You can only benefit from so much vegetable pulp. A certain amount of it's really good for you, but for its fiber, but and some minerals and things. But basically, the juice is where all the really good stuff is, the phytonutrients. You're getting them in concentrated form, just the way people distill. It's not the same way, but I'm just making a comparison that way people take alcohol and then they create spirits, distilled beverages, more concentrated. Or with cannabis, you take the plant and then you convert it into oils and shatter and wax and things, more concentrated, pure. We're doing the same thing with vegetables. We take these 14 vegetables and juice them up into a mixture. It's going to create about 90 ounces of juice. I can make drinks for 3 days out of that, stretch it to 4 usually, but the benefits start to kind of wean after that third day. So they say 3 days with slow juicer, you can get remarkable results in a short time, especially if you did it every 3 to 4 days. If you did that for a month, you would become so much healthier in that short amount of time. It would be astonishing probably, and you might get hooked on it. But I will say this, it takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours, the way I'd go about it usually, to do the whole process from beginning, from what I'm getting ready to do to prep the veggies, and then do the actual juicing, and then put everything away, store it, and then clean up the mess. So it takes approximately 2 hours for me. But like I said, it can be done in an hour, hour and a half if you really were kicking ass. But then it kind of destroys the process for me a little bit. It's too rushed, too hurried. I like to take my time, do it right, and get the right amount of juice that I can, to maximize the amount of juice I can, the highest quality juice. And I'm telling you, it's so good for so many body ailments, for inflammation primarily, for back pain or any kind of joint pain, muscle pain, that kind of thing, chronic especially, but even acute injuries, it can help a lot. And if you do it faithfully, regularly, 12 vegetables, 14 vegetables each time, to maximize your juicing effort, you cannot even come close to this anywhere in a restaurant or health food store or any place like that. Bottled juice is not even in the same league with this kind of juice, not even close. And if you're if you're mixing fruit and veggies, that's really not a good combination. It's a little self-defeating. You're not going to maximize your benefits from either one. You're going to actually maybe cut into some of those with some of the enzymes not being, the same. The stomach secretes different enzymes for fruits than it does for vegetables. So you're better separating it. It's better food combining to keep your fruit juices separate. If you're going to do fruit juices, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend fruit juices at all, really, except in very tiny amounts, like acai berry juice or pomegranate, something like that, just a small amount once in a while. Not a regular thing, ongoing thing in big glasses. But vegetable juice, you can't really overdo that in a way. I doubt I doubt that you would be harmed by excessive vegetable juice I can't think of anything else that would be less harmful, is what I'm saying. Except water. I mean, water, you could obviously overdose too much water. But vegetable juice, I'm not sure you really could overdose. You just might get sick and throw it up if you kept force feeding yourself vegetable juice forever. But no, I think you can't really overdo it with the vegetable juice. If you had it every meal, fresh vegetable juice, it would not be a better beverage to be putting in your mouth besides water, good purified water. So that is definitely a conviction of mine. So I'm going to keep pushing this whole mega juicing thing, and I'm going to start increasing my frequency as soon as I get moved to my new place in 2 weeks. Settled in, I'm going to start doing mega juicing, 3 or 4 days. Every 3 to 4 days I will be doing it, and once on those days. But like I say, it's a 2-hour process, so I devote 2 hours of the day about every 4 days. It's really not a bad thing. And then you can stretch a week sometimes in between juicings, go 4 or 5 days with some bottled juice, and then get back on track. And once you're an advanced juicer, that really doesn't hurt too bad to do that, to give yourself a break. But for the person just trying to get going with it, for the best results, I would say try to do it at least once a week. Once a week at least. Get 1 week's worth of fresh juice, but commit to that much, and you will see remarkable changes in a short time. It has a rejuvenating effect on the immune system. You cannot possibly get this many phytonutrients any other way into your system in a healthy way, not from any powders. It's just not going to be the same as getting fresh juice with the fresh enzymes still activated, working. All those minerals, nutrients, those compounds, phytonutrients that are the most amazing in the world. And the more varied vegetables you get, the better. Local is always really good, but occasionally an exotic one doesn't hurt. So I've been shopping at Korean markets and different places lately for things like that. So anyway, keep all this in mind. More coming up on the Juicing Network.